Hey guys, the Langbanger here. Another video for you. This should be going right up after my product opening of the new structure deck, Beware of Traptrix. So what I did was I purchased 3 of the structure deck and I made a deck assembled using only those cards. So that's something fun that I've seen other YouTubers do. So I figured, why not? I'll do the same. So yeah, like I was harping in the last video, this is a very good product. So I think if you just go out, spend 30 bucks, just very good value. I don't want to say like if you're an old player or something, this gets you directly back into the game, playing competitive again. Clearly, you can't just spend 30 bucks and then just start, smacking everyone, going undefeated at tournaments and all that. Of course, you got to put more money into the game. And then also it's the old, is this deck good in the current meta kind of thing? Because we had that with the last structure with Dark World. It's like, I really like that deck, but it's like with Bestial being out and all that, I was like, this just doesn't seem like a good idea. But enough rambling on. So let's go into the extra deck first. So I think I was only left with like 3 or 4 extra deck cards that I did not include. It was nice that they included basically everything. And again, I don't know what all this deck would be missing, like Traptrix support or cards. I think we got all the Traptrix monsters, spells, traps, all the trap hole traps. So I couldn't exactly say what you want to add into this deck. I mean, I would probably think like Pot of Desires would be a good card. Prosperity, if you want to put in the money. Maybe Forbidden Droplet, Triple Tactic Talents. Just stuff like that would just greatly improve this. So you have the 3 Traptrix Sarah. That kind of goes without saying, because even if you start really mediocre or, you summon and then you get stopped or something, you can still go into this because it is a Link 1. So that, without question. So I'm then using 3 Caleria. So this is not a new card, neither is Sarah, but just based on what you have, I think I'm using at least one of each extra deck card that they gave you, and then you'll just see that some copies I'm only using 1 of or 2 of, and yeah, clearly if I'm using 3 of something, I think that's the best choice out of the ones that I only use 2 or maybe 1 of, so. Yep, so not much there. 2 Oedipus. Oh, these names are crazy. But yeah, this is a Link 3. So with this deck, you should be able to Link Climb. So I wouldn't be so concerned about it being a Link 3 and wondering if, it can pop off. But yeah, that's that. 2 of the Pengulica. I don't know. So 2 of that, or 3 of that, I'm sorry. So that's a really good card too. So kind of my thinking with that, it's kind of like the old Gear Gigant deck. So with this, you can search a Traptrix monster. So I'm kind of thinking like summon some effect goes off, you get to summon another copy, and then you could just go up into this potentially, and then search another one and do it again. Like you can get Dionea and kind of just get plays going that way. I'm not saying that's your go-to, because, the links are really good too. Like Sarah's really good. And so on and so forth. So, and then I'm using 2 Rafflesia, and then I'm using 2 Alamiris. So again, I think I have 1 extra Alamiris or Rafflesia. That might be it on the side, but that's the extra deck. So that's 15. So the main deck, I'm at 41. So I don't really think 40, 41 really matters. I just kept going through this and I was like, I don't know what to cut. I was actually at 45. So I'm using 2 Pudica. I do really like this card. I like the second, I don't want to say I like the secondary effect more, but it's kind of like once you get the first garden, like you're good. And I think I have 2 garden and 2 Pudica, thinking like if the garden goes, then I have another way to get another one. but that secondary effect is good too. But this, I don't want to say this isn't one that you want to see early, but you know, if you happen to, you can get stuff going. So I do really like this one. I'm using 3 of it. I'm not even going to try and say the name, but this should be a chain link blocker, so that's pretty cool. And excuse me, another way to summon another monster from your hand. That way you got 2 level 4s if you want to go into a rank 4 or you want to go into a link, and that kind of just opens the plays up. So I feel without question. 3 Mirmillo. So this is the OG, I guess. I don't see why you wouldn't do that. I see a card and it says on summon search this. I'm probably going to use it. I like Mirmillo more than the Pudica, just because, you know, once you get a field spell again, like you really don't want to see another one, but it's nice to have that option to get to it. Or if you don't have any monsters thin out. So this is pretty cool because it can just search out, I'm pretty sure or assuming, all your normal traps, your whole normal traps. So I think that goes without saying. So, and again, this got really hard because when I was trying to shave down to 40, this was difficult. So I'm only using 2 Mantis. So this is a Traptrix monster searcher, and then the Mirmillo is the trap searcher. So I don't know. Like, I was at 3, but again, I just had to shave down, and it's kind of just once you get your combos going, I don't know how badly you need to see Mantis. So I don't know how smart that is, so that's just kind of my thinking. If you did want to end up using 3, I totally understand that. Yeah. So 3 Dionea. I think that's staple. I'd have to sit and like solitaire some hands and kind of just get a true feel for how the cards are working and all that. But I imagine 3's needed. Just to be able to summon another monster. That's very good. So I am using a Vesiculo. I read that and I was just thinking, okay, well, if you can get multiple traps, that seems good. I wouldn't really bank on that though. You do gotta get one from the grave and deck, I think. Or let me see, or special summon. You banish this card, target 1 trap hole card. Yeah. So never mind what I just said. That was the other one. So Vesiculo, you can grab a trap hole from your grave. So that's pretty cool. There may be some combo, but I guess you can send a set trap to the grave and special summon that from your hand. So maybe at first that was kind of their thinking was this is how you get another monster on the field, but now they gave us even better ones. So I guess if you wanted to cut that, you could. I see value in it, but I am using a Nepenthes. So every time you activate a whole normal trap, you can add your hand or special summon 1 Traptrix monster. So it's kind of another way. I don't know how badly it's needed though. So maybe that's another one of those iffies. I kid you not, I really just didn't want to use Ash, but honestly, you know, if I'm making this video and I'm telling you guys like this is how I would build the deck if you want to use 3 of the decks and you're just thinking the current game, it's like Ash Blossom is a really good card. It's not a Traptrix. It doesn't help with the, you know, trap holes or anything, but it's just a solid card out of the box. If you wanted to cut that, I would understand, but just a lot of the power cards, I was like, yeah, we got to use them. So that's the monsters. I am using 2 Garden, like I said. Really good effect, but I don't want to see multiple of it. I am using 2 of the Tune. So I did say in my previous video, this might be my favorite card out of the structure deck, but then I was also thinking just if I'm gonna, you know, limit myself to what cards I can use, meaning the items or the cards in the structure deck. I mean, sending a trap is cool, right? Or sending a monster, like that's cool. maybe I'm dumb and I should just use 3, but I'm kind of just thinking like sometimes you just want to keep the stuff in your hand, if that kind of makes sense. But if you did end up adding another one, that's fine. But just I could just see this maybe getting hand trapped or stopped and might hurt a little bit. So I am using Harpy's Feather Duster. I am using 2 Raigeki. So that's kind of one of those cards. Obviously, like if you were playing at the beginning of the game, you know like how good and how iconic this is. But I just don't know in today's game. I mean, obviously you read this and it's like, yeah, that's really powerful. But if the meta has a bunch of cards that says negate or unaffected, you know, like that sort of stuff. If you want to go up a copy, that's fine, but that's kind of just my line of thinking. So this deck's really going to be big on traps. So I'm using 2 Grave Daggers Trap Hole. I'm using 3 evenly matched. Clearly, I mean, that's right now, this is one of the best cards in the game. I mean, it's been broken ever since it came out, but it's especially good right now with like Kashtira and like all that. So that's definitely an include. So I am using 2 the Terrifying Trap Hole Nightmare. To be honest, if I do go to build Traptrix after this video and I want to make it like to take to a tournament, I don't know if this would make the cut, just because the destroying part is so that's kind of my thinking. But for the purpose of this profile, I am using a Shade Brigadine. I am using 2 of the Holatia. So I'm not sure on the ratios there. I was thinking of using another Shade Brigadine, but like space, of course, was one thing. But this, this goes with the theme. And even though you gotta do something to play this, that's kind of But then the back or the secondary effect, that kind of gets you your card advantage back. So I am using 3 Traptrix Hole Nightmare. I think this is the best hole probably in the deck. Just because you negate and destroy, so that's a very big deal. So if they already had something already out that can negate a destruction, then you're out of luck. But I'm kind of just, I was just looking through what I had available, of course, and I just went with what I think was the best. And then the last one is 3 Floodgate Trap Hole. So this card's just insane. It's probably actually really good right now, but it's in the current meta, like against Kashtira and all that, because you can't reflip the monster yourself. So that probably really slows the game down. But this is definitely one of those decks to where it's like you want to go first and set up, because if you go second and they go off, you're a trap deck. So you're already going to be like behind, and I don't want to say you're going to have a suboptimal turn, but then, if they went first, they went off, did their big play or whatever, and then you tried to go off and they negated your monster or whatever, then you got to set your traps pass, and then maybe you can start to get stuff kind of going a little bit, or the following turn after, if you're still alive. So that's kind of the ups and downsides to a deck that wants to go first. Clearly, you can get your plays going if you're going first, but if going second, then things may be a little different. So that was my profile, guys. Hopefully you guys enjoyed. Like I said, that's at 41 cards. There's plenty of other cards you could certainly add to it. The extra deck I pretty much feel like would be pretty much staple, but just to give you guys another idea of what was in this, I did this in the last video as well. So if you guys want to pause, I was thinking of adding kaijus too. That's up to you. Obviously, they're really good cards, but I was just kind of thinking in my head, like, I don't want to say it goes against the strategy, but a lot of the successful Traptrix decks, it'll be low monsters and then kind of heavy on the traps. And, yeah. So, thank you guys for watching again, and have a good day. Peace.